Welcome to our channel. Today we delve into one of the most perplexing and haunting mysteries in American history, the disappearance of the Sodder children. It was Christmas Eve, 1945, in Fayetteville, West Virginia. The Sodder family, George and Jenny, along with their 9 children, were fast asleep, unaware that their lives were about to change forever. At around 1 a.m., a fire broke out in the Sodder home. George and Jenny managed to escape with 4 of their children, but 5 of them, Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty, were trapped inside. Despite George's desperate attempts to save them, the house was engulfed in flames. The fire department arrived too late, and the house was reduced to ashes. But here's where the mystery begins. No remains of the 5 children were ever found. The official explanation was that the fire had been hot enough to completely incinerate their bodies. However, experts later disputed this, stating that bones would have remained. George and Jenny were convinced that their children had survived. They began to receive strange clues and sightings. A woman claimed to have seen the children in a car the night of the fire. Another woman said she saw them at a hotel in Charleston, West Virginia. The Sodders even put up a billboard offering a reward for information. They hired private investigators and followed every lead, but the mystery only deepened. In 1968, Jenny received a letter with a photo of a young man. The letter claimed he was Louis, one of the missing children. Despite the resemblance, the lead went cold. To this day, the fate of the Sodder children remains unknown. Was it a tragic accident or something more sinister? The unanswered questions continue to haunt the family and intrigue mystery enthusiasts around the world. Let's take a closer look at the timeline of events. On the night of the fire, Jenny was woken by the sound of something hitting the roof and then rolling off. Shortly after, she smelled smoke. George and Jenny, along with 4 of their children, escaped, but the staircase was engulfed in flames, preventing them from reaching the other 5 children. George tried to save his children by breaking a window, cutting his arm in the process. He attempted to use a ladder to reach the attic, but the ladder was mysteriously missing. He then tried to use his trucks to drive up to the house, but neither would start, despite having worked perfectly the day before. Experts have weighed in on the case, suggesting that the fire might have been set deliberately. The missing ladder was later found in a ditch, and a telephone repairman confirmed that the phone line had been cut, not burned. These details suggest a more sinister plot. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged. Some believe the children were kidnapped by someone they knew, possibly due to George's outspoken criticism of Mussolini and the Italian government. Others think it was a case of human trafficking. The lack of concrete evidence has only fueled these speculations. Modern technology has allowed for new investigations into the case. Forensic experts have re-examined the evidence, and DNA testing has been suggested to identify any remains that might still be found. However, the mystery remains unsolved. George Sodder was an Italian immigrant who had strong political opinions. He was known for his vocal criticism of Mussolini, which led some to believe that his family was targeted by those who supported the Italian dictator. This theory gained traction when a life insurance salesman, who had been rebuffed by George, warned that his house would go up in smoke and his children would be destroyed as retribution for his comments. The local community was deeply affected by the tragedy. Neighbors and friends rallied around the Sodder family, offering support and assistance. However, there were also whispers and rumors that added to the mystery. Some claimed to have seen unfamiliar vehicles near the Sodder home in the days leading up to the fire. The fire department's response was also called into question. The fire chief claimed that they couldn't reach the house in time due to a lack of manpower, as many firefighters were away for the holidays. However, some believe that the delay was intentional, adding another layer of intrigue to the case. Years later, the Sodder family hired a pathologist to examine the site. He found small bone fragments, but they were determined to be from a young adult, not a child. This finding only deepened the mystery, as it suggested that the remains might have been planted. Despite the passage of time, the Sodder family never gave up hope. They continued to search for their missing children, following every lead and tip. Jenny Sodder wore black for the rest of her life as a sign of mourning, and kept a garden at the site of the fire as a memorial. The disappearance of the Sodder children remains one of the most enduring mysteries in American history. It has inspired books, documentaries, and countless theories. The case serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of hope and determination. Another theory suggests that the children were taken by an underground network involved in illegal adoptions. This theory is supported by the fact that no remains were found, and there were multiple sightings of the children in different locations. Some believe that the children were taken to Italy, where they were raised by relatives or strangers. The media played a significant role in keeping the story alive. Newspapers and radio stations covered the case extensively, and the Sodder family used the media to appeal for information. The case even caught the attention of the FBI, but despite their involvement, no concrete evidence was ever found. The impact on the Sodder family was profound. George and Jenny were never able to move on from the loss of their children. They spent the rest of their lives searching for answers, and their surviving children were deeply affected by the tragedy. The case left a lasting scar on the family and the community. Interest in the case has not waned over the years. True crime enthusiasts and amateur sleuths continue to investigate the mystery, hoping to uncover new evidence. Advances in technology, such as DNA testing and forensic analysis, offer new hope for solving the case. But so far, the mystery remains unsolved. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more true mystery stories. And remember, some mysteries are never meant to be solved.